Hello every pony, Bernie Axe here from Brohov Productions, and today I've got some more stuffs. I'm doing Trolled by John De Lancie by the uploader. I don't know if this is the original creator, but the owner is Crowne Prince or something. It's like an animated thing. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm obviously, this is a blind reaction, So let's watch this in 3, 2, 1, go.
I went to Toronto Comic Con at, I believe, the end of March. And it just so happened
this is kind of reminding me of
John De Lancie
a Rooster Teeth animated adventure kind of thing.
So
like
I decided I totally wanted something
cool.
with Discord on it, signed by him. I went searching through my image folders and I found a fantastic piece of art by an artist by the name of Io Picchio, and I thought, this is fantastic. It's got Discord and Celestia face to face. Celestia's looking all pissed, and I'm like, yeah, this is the perfect picture. I'm totally gonna get this signed.
She's looking so angry.
And I have it printed off on a nice piece of glossy paper. It looks great, and I go to the convention. I get to the convention, and I'm standing in line. There's like 2 people in front of me, waiting.
I like all the people at ponies. It's great.
And as I'm getting closer, I'm looking at the picture, and I happen to spy something in the picture that looks a little suggestive. But I think to myself, no, don't worry about it. John De Lancie is a professional. So I get up there and I hand him the picture. Well, I introduce myself. I've been watching Star Trek since I was a kid. Loved you as Q, but as of late, I've been watching something else you've been in. And I handed him the picture. He's all, oh, look at that. Just a second. And he waves the girl that was in line ahead of me back. She comes up and he says, you remember I told you that I was doing voices in cartoons? She says, yeah. He says, well, this is the character I was playing, and he holds the picture up, and he points to Discord, and he says, this is Gluey. I mean
Gluey.
Discord. She kind of nods her head.
This is Gluey.
She says, it looks kind of like you. And he turns around and he says,
it looks kind of like
part of this looks like me. And she looks all nervous right at me, and she's like, what do I say? And I just kind of stroke my beard, and she's like, yeah, facial hair, that's it. And he looks at it, he's like, no. He was like full scruff. Yeah, facial hair. He's like, no, part of me that no.
It looks exactly
like
you.
He walks away, and he's like, he
if he looked like that in real life, good lord.
His pen, and he's like, so you want me to sign this? And I said, yes. He's like, okay. Puts the pen, he's just about to touch the paper, and he lifts it away from the paper, and puts it down, and picks it up, and says, what is that? And hand to forehead, I'm just like, oh my god. He's like, what is this? And I'm like, it's not what you think. And he's like, well, it kind of looks like, and I'm like, I know what it looks like. It's his tail wrapping around behind Celestia and coming up in front, and he's like, really? I'm like, yes, really. He's like, I don't know. I wonder if anybody else sees this. So he turns to his left, where one Miss Nicole de Boers is sitting. Nicole de Boers being the actress that played Ezri Dax in Deep Space Nine. And he says, Nikki, come here. She stands up, walks towards his table. He's like, look at this. And she looks at it, and it doesn't even take her a split second. She's like, oh my god, what is that? And I am just beat red at this point, and John is chuckling. And he's like, yeah. And he says, we were discussing earlier about how apparently they muddled Discord after me, but I think this is the only part they got right. Nicole kind of gives him a, yeah, shut up kind of look. And she walks back to her table, and he's like, I think that's what this is. I'm like, that's not what it is. And he's like, let's check again. And he starts flagging down con staff. And he's like, look at this. This is the only part of Discord they modeled after me.
Holy
con
shit,
staff
what the
are
fuck?
just like, half of them are laughing, and the other half are like mouth wide open like, oh my god, what is he signing? He finally stops showing it to everyone that will stop for 10 seconds, and puts it down on the table, and chuckling all the while, grabs his pen. He's like, where would you like me to sign? And I'm like, wherever the fuck you want to. And he's like,
wherever
okay.
the fuck you want.
Sign right on the top of the big blue penis. So there you are, sir. You have now heard the story of getting John De Lancie to sign a big blue penis. John De Lancie is the biggest troll I've ever met.
Holy shit, that was fucking great. John De Lancie sounds like the best fucking guy ever. That's amazing. He just starts calling everyone over. Hey, look at this! Just to embarrass the guy. That's amazing. I love that. Holy shit. That was great. This reminded me so much of like a Rooster Teeth animated adventure. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before. Those are amazing, but this reminded me of a very similar kind of thing. I'd love to be able to just draw like that and just animate like a story or something I had. It would take forever though, and I don't have the time. But yeah, that was really, really funny. I like John De Lancie, he's great. He also has a really cool voice. You can't not like his voice. He's got a really cool voice. Anyway, yeah, that was my reaction to this. If you enjoyed the video, then like it up, and I'll see you in my next video, whatever the hell that is. Bye!
Ho, ho, ho! If you enjoyed this video, and only if you did, then please give that subscribe button a jolly old bro hug. Also, take this free transmorphic muffin, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Merry Christmas!